I'm Vicki Donlan. I'm a Hingham resident and an NVNA and Hospice board member. I'm here to introduce you to the Pat Roche Hospice Home here on top of Turkey Hill. This 12-bed with private bath residence is run by the NVNA and Hospice. It is the only facility of its kind on the South Shore, and it provides end-of-life care with dignity, compassion, and love. Let's go inside. Come on. I want to introduce you to our tour guide, Joan Ankner. Hi, Joan.
Hi, Vicki. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
We're so excited to be here. So tell us what your role at the house is.
So my role at the house is threefold, really. I provide backup and support for the staff and the volunteers. Also, I provide the hospitality customer service piece, and it could be anything from greeting people as they come in the front door, greeting our new residents, welcoming them, showing them around the house, making them feel at home. And also a third part is somewhat of a marketing piece. It's my job to help bring people into the home, create some awareness about what hospice is and what it isn't, what we do here, what we don't do here, and just let people know that this is the Pat Roche Hospice Home, and here we are, and we welcome the community to come in.
Well, I know that this wonderful home has an amazing history, so will you share with us some of the history here?
I will. Pat, this is actually, NVNA and Hospice is a nonprofit, and we have a mission, and it is to provide quality home health care and wellness and public health services in our community. And we have nearly 300 people that do that, including doctors, nurses, therapists, home health aides that take care of our patients in wherever they call their home in our community, in 27 communities along the South Shore. We go as far north as Quincy and Milton, all the way down the coast till Plymouth.
And a little of the history of the house.
So in 1910, as you look around, it's beautiful and grand. And in 1910, Ezra Ripley Thayer, who was the dean of Harvard Law at the time, he built this home as a summer home for his family. They lived in Boston. They loved this area. He built the home. And they had a daughter, Polly, who eventually became an artist, and she loved to paint these beautiful vistas and landscapes and everything outside. So that was their home for a while. In 1929, the house did burn down. But they loved the area so much, the family loved it so much that they rebuilt in this exact spot that you're standing in. And in 1933, it was a lot more grand. It has still a beautiful brick exterior and Japanese blue tiles and Italian marble, and I have an Italian marble fireplace in my office, and English woodworking. That was in 1933, and it stayed that way for a while. They lived there as a family. In 1958, Polly, the daughter, had become a Quaker, and she donated the whole house to the Quakers. And they opened as the New England Friends Home.
I'm sure our Hingham viewers remember that, and I'm sure many of you have been through Thayer Woods and the Weir River Farm right next door.
We back right up to the Weir River Farm. And
it's glorious.
We love having them for neighbors. Sometimes we have cows in the backyard, and they're good neighbors to us.
What else has the house been? So we know that it was part of the Friends Home.
It was, and then finally in 2011, the Friends closed the doors, and in 2012, NVNA and Hospice partnered with Campus of Caring, a fundraising group. We got together, and NVNA and Hospice purchased the home, and we did extensive renovations. And in October of 2013, we opened as the Pat Roche Hospice Home, and we've been here ever since, 5 years.
Fabulous. And now it's time for a tour. Let's start in the chapel, because that is such a special room.
Wonderful. Follow me.
Thank you.
So this is our chapel. It's an ecumenical, non-denominational interfaith. Everyone of any faith, or whether they're spiritual or not, is welcome here, and we encourage our residents, if they're well enough to come in, or any of their family members, loved ones, visitors, and even when I'm giving a tour, sometimes people just find it to be a peaceful, restful space.
The colors
and
these beautiful windows. Tell us a little bit about the stained glass.
the stained glass windows were designed, built, and donated to our home, and they are a focal point. When you go out to the gardens, you'll see that this intricate design was designed off some of the beautiful tiles that are out in the stone wall. And sometimes families come in and they might have a private moment in here, maybe say a prayer. Part of what we do here is try to take care of our patients' medical needs, of course, but also hospice reaches out and takes care of spiritual needs as well.
Well, and I know it's as much about the family as it is about the patient.
It is. We don't just take care of the patient. We have hospice chaplains who are available to come and sit with residents and with families and help them with any kind of decisions they might have, questions they have, anything like that. Sometimes people come in and read. We have poems. We did a blessing of a chapel when we opened. We also have volunteers that come in and give the Eucharist if someone wants it.
Perfect.
And we also have a bereavement counselor who's available, and social workers, all hospice trained, all part of the team of hospice people that take care of our residents and their families.
Thank you. You know what? I want to go and see the tea room because that's one of my most favorite.
I love that room as well. Let's go. This is our tea room.
Now, one of the things I love about this room the most is that you can look out onto the gardens. And these gardens, these are just something everyone in Hingham should come up and take a look at. Now, it's the middle of winter. But to imagine what that is with the colorful bursting flowers in the spring, so something to look forward to.
It's true, this is not the most beautiful time of year because the leaves have fallen, but it's still, you can see how grand and gorgeous it is, and we tried to recreate it as much as we could. We try to maintain it. We have volunteers that come and work in the garden, and it's just a lovely space. Sometimes families will come to visit and they need to get a little fresh air and stretch their legs and have a moment, and I see them walking in the gardens or sitting on these beautiful benches or out on our lovely covered porch. We've taken in the furniture, but oftentimes residents and families will sit out there and have lemonade or whatever time of year it is. So, and this room, we call it the tea room because you can see all the cups and saucers and teapots and silver tea service, all donated by the community. And we love it. We feel it's a very special place. Families come in just to look at it.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, shall we move on to the music room? Because I know that's a favorite of families that are visitors.
And before we go, this room we also use, if we have residents that are well enough, we love to have a little dinner party down here for them. We've had tea parties here. We've had ice cream socials, because part of what I do is reach out to the councils on aging and senior citizen centers and invite them in for various things, for a tour and a luncheon, and we have a lot of that right here.
Wow.
And they feel welcome. Sometimes even on holidays, families will put out a feast here for their family. They can have a private room, be with their loved one, and celebrate the holiday.
Well, what a great place to have tea or any meal.
It is.
On to the music room.
All right. So this, we call this our music room, but it's also somewhat of a library. We do try to have music playing at all times. We have this beautiful piano, which actually the friends left here for us, and it's in wonderful shape. And we're lucky enough to have volunteers come and play for our residents. We even have, occasionally we have residents come down and play if they're well enough. Or family members come in and just sit down. We love to fill the house with music.
I can't imagine a more perfect place for families to gather with their loved ones.
It is a wonderful spot. Sometimes they'll have a family meeting here and they can close the doors and have privacy. Or if they come to visit a loved one and they are sleeping or having personal care done, they'll wait down here. And it's comfortable and it's homey, and they may read or work on their laptop. Occasionally they'll play a little game of backgammon, or part of my job as a customer service representative, I'll bring cup of tea or coffee or something to the families. We want them to feel like this is their home too, not just their loved ones. It's their home, of course, when they move in. We want the families to know they can come and go as they please, go in any room they want and make themselves
Be comfortable.
at home.
The beauty of this fireplace and the mirror,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, it's just so outstanding, and the historic value here with the marble, it's just unbelievable.
All of that woodworking is original, and all we had to do was we did a little patching and staining of the woodwork. It's all original. Most of the decorating is new. We did that, but all of that and the piano were all here, so we're lucky.
Well, I know what makes this hospice house extra special are the private rooms that visitors can come and stay in. I mean,
Yes.
sometimes loved ones are from so far away, and in order to come and visit their loved ones, they need a place to stay. So let's go up and look
we
at
go
the.
look at one?
I'm looking forward
Okay.
to it.
Right this way, please. So we're on the second floor. We have 2 overnight family guest suites with
Beautiful private bath.
each with a handicap accessible private bath. This is the larger
Gorgeous.
of the 2. And the beauty of this is, well, a few things. You can look at all the gardens. The view is just breathtaking and relaxing and wonderful. But also, it's a private space right near their loved one. So if somebody lives out of town and they are coming to visit, they can stay here, get a little bit of sleep, take a nice shower, change, whatever, but still be close.
And so much a home away from home. I mean, there you can feel the hominess here.
We wanted to feel
You
that way.
know?
I'm glad you felt
And
that.
well, and then you look at the armoire. I mean,
that
the
beautiful?
ability to just feel
Yep.
like you're in a very special place at a special time in life, celebrating someone's life.
And sometimes people come in late at night.
Yeah.
We've had people fly in from California, arrive at midnight, take an Uber down, get here, and they can come in and have a beautiful room and see their loved one. And we're open 24 hours, 7 days a week.
That's
And we do
incredible.
have, our doors are locked, but we have a doorbell. Anytime you arrive, we don't really have visiting hours. You can come as often as you want, stay as long as you want. Just ring the doorbell and we will, identify yourself and we'll buzz you in.
Now
So-
I know that large families require a lot of space, so let's go down and visit the family room, the family kitchen, places
That
where
would be
families can be
great.
together and really spend time together.
Good, we will. All right. Right this way. So part of my job is to greet our new residents when they're coming in to be admitted. And if they come by ambulance, they come in this way. So I come down and meet them and welcome them and greet them and call them by name and bring them in and ride in the elevator with them right up to their room.
Tell me a little bit about what kind of residents might come.
So we have quite a number of different residents. You might think that it's just older people, which we do have quite a number of 80, 90-year-olds. We have sadly had some 20-year-olds, and we've had some over 100 years old.
My goodness.
In fact, in this room here, we've had a birthday party for a 100-year-old.
So this is the family space.
Yes, this is the family space.
Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous.
So we have I'll show you, we have a beautiful TV. Sometimes families sit here and watch a game. They might sit together, watch a Patriots game or Red Sox game or anything on the news. It's just a way for families to bond. And we have
Plenty
a
of room.
gorgeous gas fireplace. Sometimes I'll come down and there'll be people all sitting in front of the fire that have never even met each other until that day, and they're having a cup of tea together, sitting in front of the fire.
It's
And
wonderful.
we have a large family kitchen, and this is all for our families. And sometimes they prepare meals down here. In fact, we have holiday meals that we put as Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, and we set out a buffet meal.
And I have to imagine that there are always those family recipes that people want to make for their loved ones, but they've come from so far away, so they can do that here.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we had a resident that was here that was an excellent cook, and she shared all of her recipes with her adult children. And while she was here, they would come every other night at 5 o'clock and they would take turns preparing her recipes. And she, in the beginning, was well enough to join them for dinner.
Oh.
They put all the tables together. They even brought wine. They put the music on. There were grandchildren doing homework, or some of them on their laptops. We have full Wi-Fi all through the house,
Oh, my
so
goodness.
people can work down here if they want to. But that family, probably 15 to 20 of them came, and they laughed together, they cried
Yes.
together, they were with their mother and each other, and she just got such comfort knowing her family was in the house.
Well, you can feel it in this room that this is the kind of place where people of all ages are just going to feel comfortable here. It's a
Yes.
place you can make your own.
It is. It really is. One Saturday morning, I was giving a tour, and I came down, and a young man was sitting with his feet up on the table and in his pajamas watching cartoons.
Yes.
And having a bowl of, I think it was Fruit Loops or something. But we have a Keurig coffee maker, so families can help themselves anytime, and we have tea bags and a tea kettle. Sometimes people will order in and they will just heat it up. They will make
And make
entire meals, have a salad.
Well,
It's hard to understand the concept of a shared family space, perhaps, until you see this. And you see that people going through similar things, they bond.
of course they do. And what a place for families to come together at
true.
end of lifetime, which to me is all about celebrating one's life, celebrating families together. I mean, this is what makes this home so beautifully. So tell us, if people really want to get involved here,
Yes.
other than becoming patients, what can they do?
Well, first of all, if you'd like to have a tour, I hope you please call me, because that is something I love to do. I love to bring people into the house. And feel free to call us on the phone. Our main number is 781-659-2342. Or we have an excellent website as well, which is nvna.org. Beautiful pictures, there's videos, it tells all about all the things that we do, all the services that NVNA and hospice offers in addition to the hospice home.
And are there
Also-
opportunities to volunteer?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm glad you asked
yes.
that. We are always looking for volunteers. We have a wonderful, in fact, some turkeys are on the lawn now, I see them. We have a wonderful group of volunteers, and but we're always looking for someone, if you love to cook, to help us prepare meals, or perhaps you like to be a companion, come and read to someone, or just provide company for someone that doesn't have any family, or pet therapists. They love to
Yes.
have animals in. If you play the piano,
I
or
was
you
gonna say,
sing, yep,
absolutely,
any
music.
musical things.
Music.
This community's been so wonderful to us. We've had people come in and sing and carol, and we love filling the house up with music. So
Yes.
if that's your thing, or anything. We have people that come just to do errands. Sometimes they help with light housekeeping. Sometimes they do administrative tasks, like put books of information together. So there's work in our gardens. We always need people to work outside. There's
yes.
something for everybody here.
Well, you have been wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
this tour.
Thank you for
You
coming.
know, if you're at home and you're as inspired as I am about the mission of the Pat Roach Hospice House, you can also give, making a pledge. This nonprofit house often has patients that can't afford to be here. So we accept charitable donations. You can go on at nvna.org and give a one-time donation or make a pledge. But we hope you'll participate, and I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.